Hi, welcome back to Form of Therapy. My name is PD, and today we're going to be checking out the music video for Confessions by Loossemble. We recently checked out the Cotton Candy music video as well as the TTYL music video. Both were fantastic, but I actually loved the Cotton Candy music video even more just because I really appreciated how well made it was on such a minimal production, and I was really fascinated with that. So I'm very much looking forward to this one, but I did have one gripe with it. The severe lack of Hyunjin, but I did find out that it was a subunit, and Confessions is our other subunit with Yeojin, who she's in both. That's awesome, as well as Hyunjin and Kowon. So we're going to be getting our fill here, as well as I actually recently did a listening party reaction for the TTYL album. If you want to check that out, it's out now on our Patreon, as well as the One of a Kind album. I actually did both, so it's a double drop. Turns out I had never listened to the One of a Kind album, even though I did react to Girls Night. And so that reaction is awesome. If you want to check out my He Said, I Said reaction, that's my favorite song ever. So if you want to check that out, it's out on our Patreon now, patreon.com/formoftherapy. Link is in the description. But let's just get into this video, shall we? This is Confessions by Loossemble.
꺼낼 수가 없는 비밀 괜히 입술만 깨물고 있는 너 같아지 나를 볼 때마다 못한 상상에 빠지게 된 너와 다 알고 있어 내 세상 중심에 널 데려와 보려고 되살아와
Damn, Yeojin's vocal work is amazing. Whoa, that shot.
널 밀고 당기며
Whoa.
보려고 솔직히 말해 I got these confessions 헤아릴 수 없지 맘에 든 많고 많은
Okay, similar to the Cotton Candy video, they're going for a very heavy, stylish color grade, and I love it.
Whoa.
Oh, Yeojin is getting like all the best shots in this video. All the coolest shots.
어쩔 수가 없어 내 사랑의 방식 Oh my Oh my 나만의 비밀을 오늘 밤 조심스레 아마도 넌 조금씩 빠르게 내게로 스며들어 너에게 말해 I've got these confessions 헤아릴 수 없지 빠져든 많고 많은 이유들 Yeah, I've got these confessions 솔직해질 그 타이밍 천천히 알려줄게 하나 둘 Baby, I can lie 난 너와 달라 네 맘을 깨워 지금 이 순간 I hate these confessions 아닌 척 필요 없지 가까이 와봐 You I got these confessions I got these confessions 깊어진 까만 밤 빛조차 야윈 고요한 시간 Yeah, I got these confessions 다 알고 있어 baby 애써 감추는 건 stop I know you I got these confessions I got these confessions
that's-
I got these confessions yeah. I got these confessions yeah, I got 가까이 와봐 한 칸 더 와봐 You
Okay. Another fantastic video. Confessions, I would say It's just as good as Cotton Candy, but on a personal level, I do love Cotton Candy just a bit more. I think just because of the vibe and the groove of it, the much more upbeat dance tempo that it has. But Confessions, it's a lot more moodier. It's a little bit somber and it's a bit more emotional in that way. And I think the music video does a good job at capturing those emotions. Similarly to the Cotton Candy music video, I think the music video does a great job of working on what's evidently a minimal budget and a minimal setup, very similar, as well as utilizing, I think, certain tricks and techniques to kind of emphasize the sultry nature of the music video. You know, I don't know if this music video is supposed to be as sapphic as the other music video, as Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy, I talked about the idea of how the music video was much more for the female gaze, and I think that certainly still stands here. I think the label is definitely aware of their audience and their demographic, and this music video also plays on the elements of the female gaze. Close-up shots of hand holding, close-up shots of the mouth, or specifically their lips. I think it's less so than the Cotton Candy music video. I think it was a little bit more obvious in the Cotton Candy music video, but not so much here. I feel like they focus a lot more on... There's an emptiness to this song. There's a sort of listlessness that the song makes you feel a little sad in certain aspects, but not like outright depressed, just this emptiness. And so the music video, I think, focuses a lot more on the acting side of things of that. A lot of member solo shots, especially Yeojin. By the way, Yeojin having some of the best shots in this music video, but focusing on the empty feeling that only really their acting can portray. So let's watch the music video again and we'll touch on just a few things. So even from that get-go, just from the way they have this set up, I love this. I love just the aesthetic and the idea of the music video. Already, it's in this cropped frame, so it looks more like this vintage feeling to it. And then obviously, visually, it has like this VHS film retro look. I'm such a big fan of... There's two lighting setups that they have in this car that I think keep this very refreshing and interesting. There's the more... I would say this is the more quote-unquote cinematic film setup. The lighting here, where it's casting a shadow more downwards. This makes it look more pretty. It's just the more standard lighting style. But the lighting that they have here... This underlighting that they have, and it's a completely different temperature too. If you notice that it creates like this, it creates like this sort of cooling effect, but it gives it way more of that 90s retro vibe to it. This shot of Yeojin is crazy. This, first of all, the slow-mo, and then they add this radio blur. And this doubling effect as well. Actually, is this yet another love triangle? Is this yet another love triangle? Can Yeojin just not catch a break? Is she always caught in a love triangle? Is that what they're going for with this storyline? Kwon and Hyunjin looks like they're gabbing, and Yeojin looks particularly jealous. Keep pushing and pulling you and teasing you. Honestly, tell me, like, that look in her eyes is fantastic. Her acting is freaking great. So this is, I think, another case example, very similarly to the Cotton Candy music video. This underground garage set, none of this would honestly work. None of this set would work if they were not going for this very heavy film color grade. They get away with, I think, making this look very aesthetically pleasing and having a certain vibe. And sometimes the vibe is more important than just tossing traditional like 3-point lighting and making it look all gorgeous and whatnot. I think it looks much more natural, as it were, to go for the environment lighting. But this would look not as good and not as dynamic. It would definitely have the vibe of like, oh, the video looks a little cheap if they had just color graded this to look like the classic standard colors, just saturated colors. It pops, you know, this parking structure is going to most likely be gray, and so like the gray popping, but them adding this warm tone color grading and it overall having this vintage look, and with this song's vibe and with the way they introduce the constant like film strip flare transitions and whatnot, it's all playing on this retro vibe, and obviously the retro vintage look. We talked about this again in the Cotton Candy video. It kind of makes you feel certain things, like a sort of nostalgic feeling. And so them playing on that, I think, leans a lot into making these scenes work too. Something that's a little different from the Cotton Candy video though, but because the set is bigger, they're like way more liberal with the dance shots. They cut between the dance shots a lot more handheld shots because there's more space. I think especially with like this traveling bass line that they have, the handheld like tracking shots that they have of the members, it adds to this voyeuristic aspect. The way they're looking directly into the lens camera feels like they're come closer you, like they're like speaking directly to the viewer. I think it really adds a cool intensity. Now that shot is so dope too. Oh, this just looks like an album art of like a early to mid 2000s Korean soloist diva singer. This is crazy. I think with how many shots we've been seeing in this music video, handheld, not too many locked off, perfectly symmetrical shots. The only symmetrical shots I think we see is quite literally the beginning of the video. So then when you cut to this shot of Yeojin, it actually creates like this very, I think, shocking effect because it's just very dynamic. Well, actually, it's not dynamic. It's a very static shot, but against all of these other like moving parts, it kind of comes off way more dynamic. That is so dope. And I think also compared to the Cotton Candy video, the way Confessions and the song lyrically plays out, they're playing a lot more on the isolation and them being separated off, them not looking at each other, as well as them having their own solo scenes a lot more than I think Cotton Candy did. And, you know, wow, just Kwon's acting here is fantastic. But I think those scenes really add even more to this kind of mysterious, sultry feeling that the song has. Wow, this second chorus has no choreo. It's all just B-roll of them separated and isolated off, and now bring in the choreo. That's great direction. So I would say like that's really great directing, and then they bring it in one more time right at the end. And this tilted angle shot is really great too. But this is a great example of just really good directing, because if you think about it, they have essentially only 3 locations, like 2-3 locations, and they don't have a lot of money and budget poured into this, but they put in a lot of effort. They got a lot of footage, they got a lot of B-roll, and they're putting it together in the edit, but it's also really well directed in that I think most people would just fill it with a bunch of dance, just because I think a lot of people think, oh, if you have a lot of them dancing, that's what will keep it interesting. But this is where good directing, I think, comes in. They bring in the choreography for the first impact of the first chorus, and then for the second one, you expect it again, and then they don't, and then they only bring it in for just a moment, and then just another moment, and I think it adds to that push and pull feeling of the song as well, and it gives the music video way more of an interesting dynamic journey. You don't know what to expect. There you go. Just focusing on shots of the hand holding, the lips. And even shots like that, I think, creates such a ambiguously like chilling feeling. The way she looks happy, the quick eyebrow raise, and then when she looks right into the camera, the way that happy expression sort of subtly falters into something else. Yeah, that's cool. I think it's just as good as Cotton Candy. I think whoever directed these music videos did a really awesome job. Obviously, if you're making a music video like TTYL and Cotton Candy and Confessions, that's a lot of money being spread thin, guys. And so, you're going to have to make some sacrifices in the budget. And I think Loosemble's either label or video team planned that really, really smart. Like smartly is not a word. In a very smart way. And I think both music videos come off very stylish. I think they both serve the song really well. I think Confessions, especially given the fact that it's a little bit more of a nighttime, sexier vibe. I think the Confession song is definitely a lot more sexier sonically than Cotton Candy was, but they are clearly going for a vibe visually. And so it's interesting. I think that's why I also like Cotton Candy a lot more. I don't necessarily get that same sexy vibe from the song initially, but when you watch the music video, they clearly add that. And again, what I like about both is the fact that there's a lot of that is just underneath the surface. It's obvious, but at the same time, it's not done in such an obvious way, which just speaks to really great filmmaking. And so, I really enjoyed Confessions. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the Confessions music video? I would say my favorite shots are probably all revolve around Yeojin. Yeojin really had some really great solo moments. They did some really interesting stuff. I really liked some of the kaleidoscope sort of effects that they had around her, as well as like the doubling effect image. But I think a lot of it comes down to really good planning on the video team's part, but also their acting. But also, I think Yeojin's acting is the one that impressed me the most. It felt the least like acting. It felt so immersive in... I think all of them felt very immersive in the music video. It didn't really feel like music video acting. All of it seemed very real, whatever story that they're trying to serve. And again, that just speaks to really great directing in general. But I think Yeojin just was kind of the MVP for me in this Confessions music video all around. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you want to support the channel, hey, you can subscribe over here. You can check out our other videos over here. As well as I mentioned, we just did a listening party for TTYL as well as One of a Kind. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. And we'll see you next time. Bye.